All right, let's go ahead. We're going to create a brand new Artillerist right now. And we're going to create a brand new Artillerist right now. And we're just going to go through. We're just going to level it. We're going to answer like basic question. And we're going to try to see like quests that are worth it, quests that are not worth it, what spell to go for as well, what talents that I like to use while leveling. And we're going to try to get to 50 and then see after level 50 what else that can be done after 50 to kind of optimize for that, like, you know, when, like, once you hit max level here. Did you change your aspect ratio? I hear that 21:9 or something. Yeah, so you can put your game into different aspect ratio. You can force it to be 21:9, which is like instead of being 16:9, you're going to be 21:9, which is ultra wide monitor. And it's going to allow you to see a little bit more, but I don't like how it looks, especially while streaming, because, you know, it makes the main content, like all the UI and everything, like quite small, and it creates like those two black bars with which doesn't look that great while streaming. So you can do it on your own. You can have like an ultra wide monitor. You can have hello, a friend asked what Lost Ark is, since Steam doesn't explain it well. Could someone help me answer it? So Lost Ark is a full blown out MMO. It's a full theme park MMO. So you're going to be doing a bunch of content, including dungeon, raiding, PvP, and all of that is going to be done for fun, because the content is amazing, but also you're going to get reward that is going to allow you to grind gear. So you're pretty much going to increase your gear score, which is going to allow you to do harder content, and then you're going to be ready for when the next batch of content comes. And then they keep releasing content one after the other, and then you keep grinding gear, you keep climbing in character power, and then you can also test your skills against other people in PvP, and all that stuff. The game is isometric, so it's going to look a little bit like Diablo or Path of Exile in that sense, but that's pretty much where the resemblance ends. So pretty much you're going to have that isometric view, which is why a lot of people go like, oh shit, is this a Diablo game? Not really. Like, what you're going to do and how you're going to play the game and what you're going to do is going to be completely different, right? Completely different than a Diablo game. But it does look like a Diablo game, you know what I'm saying? So it does have that isometric view, but it is a full blown out MMO. It's just an MMO with like different view setting than what people are used to. All right, let's create this. Can I use Luxthos? Oh, I can't. Okay, so names are actually region-wise. Do I have Luxthos? Did I do Luxthos? I didn't do Luxthos. Wait, what? They're shenanigans. All right. What? They're shenanigans. So the really cool thing about this screen right here is once you unlock these, you can actually change the background. On this server, I do not have any background, but you can actually change those when you earn them. And I think if you have like the Platinum Edition, for example, you can actually have like a very cool background. You can change the order of your character as well. And you can see this is all the slot that are going to be possibly available for you guys to unlock, right? So obviously you get 6 for free. And then if you get the platinum, the gold, or the silver, I think, or maybe just gold and platinum, you unlock additional slot. And then you can purchase gem to unlock additional ones as well. So there's a lot of them that are going to be available. And then it just reorders your character. There we go. Let's just go ahead and get started here. All right, thanks. No problem, my friend. Good morning, Ravenson. How you doing, buddy? How do you get this game in the Russian version? Exclamation mark, play now. There we go. Soroka's did it for you. You have a full guide on how to get it, how to play right now. You have a full guide on how to play. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to in this playthrough, I think we're going to skip everything that is skippable just for story spoiler purposes, right? And just like making things go a little bit faster, I think I'm gonna literally skip every single one of those cinematic that I can skip if possible. I'm also going to, yeah, pretty much. So when you play the game, you start in directly in one of the main zone of the game that you're gonna come back to quite often. And there used to be like 1 to 10 leveling experience before, but they removed that, and they pretty much just made you arrive at this location immediately. So you start your character technically your character is going to be level 10 as soon as you create your character, which is nice. I wish we had the 1 to 10 experience just out of curiosity of like, I really wonder what it looked like. I really wonder what it looked like. I don't know if there's like video of this. I would have loved to see what the leveling experience was from 1 to 10. So we are going on Regulus. We are going on Regulus, yes. More to Jen, thank you for the 17 months, my good friend, with the Prime sub. Really appreciate it. It was playable in alpha. Really? And it was better than the actual IMO, but whatever. Yeah, a lot of people said it was pretty good. A lot of people are a little bit sad that it went away, but you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So once you arrive in this room, you get to choose out which class you want to play, but it's not your final pick. This is just to test out classes, because this entire zone is actually like a massive target dummy practice zone, especially like later on. You can actually have a target dummy here with a damage meter. You can spawn mob, reset them. You can do whatever you want. You have access. You can reset your cooldown. This is where you go to test out your rotation and test out possible build that you might want to try to see how much damage like certain opener might do and stuff like that. It's a really, really cool room. But when you start, it actually asks you, hey, what class do you want to play? And it's actually going to let you test it out. We're going to go with Blaster for today because Blaster or Artillerist is going to be the main class that I actually want to play. Is going to be the main class that I actually want to play at the release of the game. You're not going to be able to go Scouter as much as this class looks badass and I'm excited to play it. You're not going to be able to play this one when it launches. You're only going to be able to go for Hawkeye, Devil Hunter, and Blaster, which Devil Hunter is the male gunslinger equivalent with different abilities. So it's not really the equivalent, but you know, that's pretty much that. This is the bow guy. This is the big gun with big nukes. So we're going to go with Blaster, and then you do preview class so you can see. You're going to be able to test stuff. So you can pretty much, like, if you want, before you choose your class, you get to test out, like, different abilities. You get to try those out. You're like, all right, you can spawn some monster here. And then you go like, you know what? Let's try the flamethrower here. Let's see how it behaves. Nice. Okay, I like that. This is my class, you know? So this is not like... This is just like a regular feature. It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. There we go. So you get to try out the class. You get to see how fun it is. And then when you're ready, you just do end class preview. There we go. And then the little book spawns, and then you're going to be able to choose. You're going to be like, you know what? I got it. I know what I want. We're going to go Blaster. I've decided my faith. There we go. And that's where shit starts. I've noticed people have different mouse pointer in game. Is this a setting you can change? If I remember correctly, you can alt scroll or control. I don't remember the combination. You can go in the setting actually and change it. You can go in the setting and change it. So the first thing you got to do is we're gonna have to remove that hat. That's the first thing you do. No, I'm kidding. You can go in game setting. Yo, what's up, big boy? How you doing, buddy? I play a Warlock in WoW and Summoner in Final Fantasy. Is there a class like that in Lost Ark? There is a Summoner class, but it's not going to be available on NA launch. So the Summoner class in Lost Ark is really, really cool. You summon like a bunch of minion. You have access to a bunch of cool spell. It does feel like kind of a mage that has a bunch of cool minions to help it out and do like a bunch of cool stuff for you. It's really, really cool. It's not going to be available at NA launch, but at some point it's going to be available. Probably in a couple of months, maybe, hopefully. There's no dot, though. There's no damage over time in this game. So okay, so I'm like, you know, there is some poisons. There is some fire burn effect, but it's very minimal. There's currently no class that completely revolve around damage over time. So there's none of that. But I do enjoy Warlock class, Necromancer class, and all those class because I like to be tanky. So there's a couple reasons that I like Necromancer, Warlock. Those are usually my favorite type of class, is because those classes are usually a little bit more tanky, right? They sacrifice a little bit of mobility to be like very like, I don't move out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm staying where I am and I'm doing my damage. You move. You know what I'm... So those type of classes are usually a little bit more tanky. They usually absorb more damage. They have a lot of self-healing and stuff like that. And when I was playing in Lost Ark, I was trying to figure out a class that would resemble a little bit that playstyle. I want it to be ranged, but I want it to be safe. This is a playstyle that I love. I love being far from the mobs and the boss and the creature, or in PvP. I love to stand a little bit further, but if they go me, I love to have that little shield, that little barrier, that little tankiness, right? And Blaster is exactly that. So this is a really, really good range, although thematically it has nothing to do with Warlock or Summoner or whatever, but it's a range that's extremely tanky. It's actually, I think, the tankiest range in the game, from what I understand. You have access to engraving later on that will reduce your damage by 30 to 40%. You have a shield that is absolutely, like, crazy. Like, I think it's like 40% of your max health or some shit like that, and makes you immune to stun and shit. It's absurd. It's a really, really tanky class. It's really, really fun to play. For the cursor, you can go, I think, in gameplay. And I think you have access to cursor somewhere around here. There is a place where you can change the color. Sadly, I'm not too familiar. I remember that there's actually like a keybind too to change the cursor. There's actually like a... I wish I remembered. Really wish I did. Oh, there we go. Visual perception. You can do basic cursor. You can change the color of it. And so that's pretty cool. They have a lot of options for accessibility. So that's pretty cool. So if you like, maybe you want a pink cursor, then you can go pink, and then your cursor is going to be pink. And then you can go basic or whatever. So that's what's going on. So we're going to skip most of this. We're just going to press G. Is it control mouse scroll? It is, actually. Thank you. There we go. I thought there was something... I definitely thought there was something of the sort. I just didn't remember what it was. Have you tried WASD mode so you can use that? I have no interest in trying that out. These type of games just play better by the way they're designed. Like, they're designed in a way. They're designed that way because it just makes it feel better. I know a lot of people aren't used to point and click and, you know, all that stuff, but... I know a lot of people aren't used to that, but, It's something you just gotta, you know. I don't think WASD is probably gonna work well, but I haven't tried it, you know. Controller is also nice. A lot of people have a lot of good things to say about controller. I'm gonna... Okay, we got a treat for Yoda here. Yeah, the controller actually plays well, especially for movement. The only thing that is a little bit problematic with the... in my opinion, the only thing that's a little bit problematic with controller is the UI. When it's time to, like, go click UI element, it's not the best, but for actual gameplay, fantastic. Here we go, big boy. There we go, big boy. Yeah, for actual, like, gameplay, it's fucking amazing. What server is this? I have no idea. It's one of the 2 Russian server that are available right now. It's the one that starts with K, I think, with the longer name. I think that's the one I'm in right now. We're gonna skip the prologue. I think we're gonna be able to skip the prologue as well on NA. This is just like, if you do it, you get like a small chest, but like I don't even think the prologue gives you any XP. So it's like, you can do it if you want to go see what the story is there all about, but it's really slow. It's like, whatever. We're just gonna go, you know. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm on Russian server right now. The Dev Mage, thank you for the follow. Thank you everybody for the follow. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So I gotta remember what ability we start with here. So there's a couple ability that I'm not a big fan of, especially like while leveling. Like, there's definitely like better ability than others, and you're gonna figure it out pretty early on, like what feels good, what doesn't while leveling. But it's pretty cool. So Blaster starts with a lot of just big explosion, usually delay damage things, but obviously you're gonna get Gatling gun, flamethrower. Those are amazing. You love napalm, howitzer, Gatling gun, really, really good. You're not... I didn't end up playing much with buckshot, frost shot, and an N shot. So you're pretty much going to replace these with, like, airstrike. As soon as you get, like... I swear to God, when you get airstrike, plasma storm is also pretty good. When you get missile bombing, when you get those, like... Blaster starts feeling, like, so good in terms of... it starts feeling like so good in terms of leveling and pretty much every type of content out there. You know what I'm saying? Let's hide this thing. There we go. True Bite, thank you for the 4 months, my good friend. Really appreciate it. Welcome back to the sub club. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is this a test playthrough, Lux? Kinda. So I thought, you know what? Let's actually do like a leveling session with my main, which is going to be the Artillerist. I want to show people like how to level this class, what it's all about, what kind of quests you want to do. I want to do like a informative playthrough, leveling playthrough. That's what I think we're going to do. We're going to figure out like how we leveling, what kind of content we're doing, and maybe what we do once we reach 50. I would love to make like a little series on YouTube. Leveling through and figuring out stuff, you know? So you're going to get mob as soon as you arrive here. There we go. I'm going to do every quest the first time, though, so I don't have to do them on alts. There we go. It's all about knowing, like, how to play this class. Like, you barely... Don't even use your auto attack, to be honest. Like, on most classes, like, when you're... It's all about, like, rotating your cooldown and moving a little bit in between. That's what I found, at least to me, like... That was the most effective, especially, like, while leveling and trying to gather big packs. I think you're more... Your time is better spent trying to gather mobs and try to, like, dodge shit and then use ability. This game is very cooldown based, so you're not going to be spamming one ability over and over and over again. You have to, like, this ability is going to be like a 5-second cooldown. This one is going to be 6. This one is going to be 16. So you kind of usually, like, you're going to gather big packs, and then you're going to use your biggest AoE spell, and then you're just going to dunk it on the big pack, and then you're going to use everything else to finish them off, and then you just rotate and try to weave around monsters and have fun with that. Hey, thank you for the resub, my friend. Thank you for the 16 months. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the class I'm planning to main next week. The big-ass gun immediately attracted me. There you go. It really depends on how much you plan on playing. For example, won't have time to play for more than 10 hours a week, so I bought the silver pack. Yeah, I mean, it depends on a lot of things for the founders pack, right? It depends on, like, how much money is it for you? You know, like... If you're going to be eating ramen for the rest of the week, then, you know, maybe it's not a good idea. But, you know, like, if you're comfortable and you're like, you know what? I fucking love this game. I want to give it all I got. I want the mount. I want all the cool shit. Then go ahead, buy platinum. You know what I'm saying? But I think first and foremost is knowing if you can afford it, if it's a good idea. Because this is all optional shit. That's what you got to remember, right? It's very much optional shit. None of it is like... important, and it's at the end of the day, it's a video game, you know. So I keep forgetting this, but once you kill all the things, sometimes he goes back all the way there and then comes back, and then you gotta go kind of get him. So gold is the best value as you get the most royal crystal for your money. Yeah, but the problem is there's a lot of thing in there that has no gold value, right? There's a lot of thing in there that are gonna be extremely fucking cool, like the mount and the platinum transmog, right? It's hard to value those things, you know. I'm trying to work out if it's worthwhile. In my opinion, it's worthwhile. Those founders pack are what you get in them is amazing. First of all, you almost get your value, I think, in crystal and money. Really, like literally, like the royal crystal. Those are gonna allow you to buy like transmog and mounts and like a bunch of cool shit if you want. So I think immediately those are like really, really good value, in my opinion. And then on top of that, you get pet, you get mount, you get transmog, you get the 3-day head start, you get chests that are going to contain like a bunch of potion that are going to just like help you out when you first step into raid and shit like that. But you know, those things don't matter too much, but they're nice to have. Those things have like gold value, so it's like, you save a little bit of gold at the start, but like the crystalline buff is going to help as well, having that. So pretty much you get like a free 30-day of sub. See the aura, which is nice. It cuts down on teleportation cost. It accelerates the cooldown of your like heartstone in a way, right? It does like a bunch of cool shit for you that are going to help you out while leveling and having fun with that. So pretty much, if you guys want, I have the link for the gold and the platinum founders pack. If you guys ever want to use those are affiliate links, obviously, but If you want to support the stream, it's a nice and easy way to do it for the gold and platinum. Like I said, though, like, really, you got to value what the cost is to you. You know, like... So now I'm shy about buying things like Founders Pack. Because you got burned with a pre-order? The thing is, your mindset has to be completely different. Like, a pre-order is, hey, I'm purchasing this game. I'm pre-ordering this game because I have the intent of playing this game. But a Founders Pack is not even, like, it's just extra shit. Okay? It's extra condiment on your hot dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get the hot dog for free, and then you choose, do I want to pay extra for some cool condiment? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all there is to it, you know? That's all there is to it. Can you get Founder after release? I don't know, because a lot of things in there, some company do it, which is weird, right? Some company, like, have pre-order deal, and then even if the game release, you still get them afterward. But, like, a lot of things are, like, called the Founder's title. So I don't know, like, if they're going to let you keep those things. If they're going to give out Founder's title if you bought the game after. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of cool thing. You guys are going to see that I'm going to skip Yellow Quest. You don't need to do them. For completion purposes, at some point, it might be a good idea to do them. There is a thing called, like, the adventure book somewhere. And the adventure book is going to contain... I don't think I have access to it at my level, though. Adventure book, yeah. I'm going to get it later. So, this is going to be, like, the completion, like, kind of small achievement that you can do per zone. That includes doing all the optional quests, getting all the things done. And those are really, really good to do. They give you, like, really, really cool stuff. Like, even skill points and shit like that. But I don't think it's important to do at first. Even if you're not trying to rush the game, I would just do the MSQ, like the main story quests. I would just do that. Do, like, the tutorial. Obviously, there's going to be, like, a lot of tutorial quests. There's going to be a lot of side quests that are actually going to be important for you to do. But I would skip the yellow quest for now. You can always come back to them later on. But, like, the faster you get to max level, the faster you can kind of start working on different aspects of the game at max level while working on those things, you know? So that's how I would do it. That's how I would suggest you do it, is, like, don't necessarily rush through the game. Enjoy it, experience it, watch the cinematic, have fun. But you don't need to do the side quests, right? Get to level 50 while experiencing the game. Once you're 50, you can start doing your daily things and your weekly things and all those activities that you can start partaking in. And then when you're out of things to do or things chill down and you're just like, you know what? I want to go start doing some completion things, some completionist things. Then go ahead and start doing those. You're also going to encounter these kind of fruits along the way. Those are nice for completing your collection book, but they're also going to be nice to level your account level. So in this version of the game, it's called Legacy. In this version of the game, it is called Legacy, but in I don't know what they're going to translate it into in the NA version. Pretty much every time you gain account level, this is account wide. So that means that any character that you play is going to get this level. You're automatically going to be account level 28, for example, on all your character. But your character itself is going to be level 10 when you create it. And every time you level, you get some stats. So you get some strength, HP, or dex or int, depending on which class you pick. So you got to make sure that every time you level, you go ahead and here and receive all the prizes. As you can see, I haven't been doing that. So you want to make sure that you receive this. And as you can see, my stats on my blaster are increasing here. So I'm at 60 dex, 55 HP, 60, 65, 65, 70, right? And just that's just like your character gets better. And that translate on any character you start on, which is really, really good, right? And those little seed actually gives you quite a lot of account XP, which is nice. The translation is roster. Is it? Lux, are you hurting yourself if you don't have any ults in this game? I just love the idea of getting really good at the class and mastering it and putting all my time in it versus spreading it across several classes. So this game is a really, really weird thing because if you spend time on your ult, you're actually going to make your main better. But if you're concerned about practicing the class, then you can just make 3 times the same class. So this game, your progression is limited by gold. The more gold you have, I mean, okay, that's not entirely true. There's a lot of things that award you with material. There's a lot of things that will award you with material. You can do like island exploration. You can do like guardian raid. the normal raid, you can do chaos dungeon, you can do like a bunch of activities. All of those things are going to reward you with upgrade material and gear, and you're going to be able to feed it on, you're going to be able to do it on your main character and make your character stronger. But then there's going to be things you're going to need to farm that you're not necessarily going to be able to get instantly, like your engraving books, for example, right? In order to get the engraving learned and available, you need to have 20 books of that engraving in order to learn it and equip it on your character, right? You need to have 20 books. Those are pretty rare and they can be pretty pricey. You're not going to get all 20. But what you can do, though, is buy them from the auction house, because there's people that are going to drop the book for the engraving, or it's just like a little bonus. Let's say one of my engraving, for example, for Blaster is Bombardment Assault or something like that. And I don't remember the exact name, but pretty much what it does is it literally just gives me more damage and makes me take less damage. It's amazing. You want this AS fucking AP. It's really, really good. You can get it on rings. You can get it on accessories, but you also want it on your engraving, which is going to be right here. It's probably going to be your main one. It's just too good. You're going to want it here. But in order to get it, you need to get 20 tomes. That means that somebody that's playing maybe a Shadow Hunter or a Paladin is going to drop these books. He's not going to need them. He's like, you know what? I don't really want... I mean, it's not necessarily going to be these class. These class specific engraving. It might be more generic ones that are really, really good for raid. He's going to drop these, and maybe he's like, you know what? I would rather make money than equip them. I'm going to sell them on the auction house. This is going to be one of your main source of getting things that you're missing. Let's say that you've done most of your content you've had to do this week, and you're kind of staling out. You're like, you know what? I don't have much to do right now. I would need to, I have to wait for the reset for more things to do. So what you can do is you can actually play alts. Those alts are going to be able to do more content, which is going to give you more gold, which is going to give you access to more buying power on the auction house, which is going to give you access to upgrading your character further and faster. So having alts is actually going to accelerate and let you keep up with the progression on your main character, because gold is account wide, and it's a really, really, this is probably like the most important currency you can get in this game, because it can almost get you everything. Everything that is droppable is sellable pretty much in this game, right? So if you can get it somewhere, you can probably sell it. So gold is insane. So playing alts is actually going to feed it into your main if you want. Obviously, you can decide to do whatever the fuck with your gold, right? If you want to spend gold on like different character and not necessarily have one character that's like better, but like everybody like kind of, you can do that as well. You know what I'm saying? You can play as many classes as you want. It depends how hardcore you are. It really depends how hardcore you want to go. As you can see, she's giving me 2 quests. She was giving me a main quest and a side quest. I'm going to pick the main. I'm going to escape the second one. I don't need it. Yeah. Make an alt of the same class. Problem solved. Exactly. You can make an alt of the same class if you want. But honestly, this game has so much amazing combat going on. And like the classes are so amazing that I would let yourself get tempted at playing other classes. You might as well do it. You're going to learn more about other classes. You're going to get better at the game. And you're also going to funnel stuff to your main. Who doesn't want that? I wish Amazon was more transparent with pricing. What pricing are you talking about? The cost of Royal Gem and currency. So I can value the pack. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can already do that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be similar to other region. Pretty sure it's going to be similar to other region. No? Maybe not. It's all cosmetic shit, so it's not like, you know. You won't turn on Force a 21:9 ratio. No. So, I'm going to be playing this game in 16:9 because I refuse to turn on 21:9. I don't like how it looks. Not a fan of it. So, I'm not going to turn it on, especially for streaming, video purposes. I don't like it. Sure, it gives you an advantage in PvP. When we get there, I might do it. When we get there, I might turn it on if I'm really having issues. But especially for leveling and doing that kind of stuff, I'm not going to turn on 21:9. Yeah. Luxthos, are name uniques? I think it's going to be a pain in my ass to get my name if you don't pre-order. Yes, they're unique, and also they're region locked. That means somebody on a different server, they're region locked. So if somebody on Una takes your name, it's not going to be available in Regulus because it's on the East region. Because you can play with other people. So the whole region is like linked together, which means they're entirely region locked. So if you don't have the 3-day head start, it might be a little bit problematic to get your name if your name is not like super complex or like massively unique or whatever. So after you're done with this quest, check this out. So these are like the waypoint. You can use these to travel pretty much anywhere on the map that you've already been to. So there's definitely a lot of walking around to discover stuff. But once you've already walked somewhere, you're very rarely going to go back there walking or riding your mount or whatever. You're probably going to teleport to them. So you can teleport to those locations, right? So if you click on it, it tells you how much silver it's going to cost. As you can see, you're going to be showered in silver. Silver is not going to be an issue, right? Silver is used for nothing else but transporting, buying some like baseline little potion, you know, like very basic like service and quality of life stuff. And then gold is more is used for your mostly for the auction house and a lot of other things. But this is the main currency. Gold is important, silver not so much, but they're still useful because you do things like that. Feather are used to self-res yourself. So if you die in the outer world, you need to use a feather to self-res yourself. So those are there for that. Obviously, those are limited quantities in like raid environment and shit like that. And pretty much if you have the 30-day, from what I understand, if you have the crystalline aura, those are going to be reduced to 0. So if you get the founder's pack, your teleportation costs are actually going to be nullified. But they don't result in a lot of in like a massive expense, but it's kind of nice to have it cost nothing if you have the 30. But it's pretty cool because since it's a different currency than what actually matters, it doesn't really matter that much. But anyway, you can teleport to them by clicking here, or if you have the mini map open like this, right, which you can move with the middle mouse button, you can't target it normally, but if you press Alt, it becomes accessible. And then you can click on it, right? So if you press Alt, the teleportation panel becomes available, and then you can click on it and teleport, and then you click teleport, and then you'll teleport there. What class is he playing? This is the Blaster, or also known as the Artillerist for NA server, for West server. I keep saying NA, but it's more than NA. It's more like a global West launch, you know? I pulled the trigger and paid for Lost Ark because of you. Oh, shit. Well, remember, if you liked it, you can thank me. If you don't, it's not my fault. All right, but you're going to like it. It's fucking awesome. Shit, I hate Canadian money. The cost? Yeah, I know, man. The Platinum Edition for Canadian is through the fucking roof. After this class, remember, open your bag and learn the new song. So you get a new song called The Song of Escape. There we go. So that's pretty cool. And then you can turn on the quest. So the Song of Escape is to allow you to pretty much exit like dungeons and instances. It's just a quick way to exit instead of having to do like right click, leave dungeon. Instead, you play a cool little song, you know? It's pretty cool. You have a lot of these, like you have one to teleport you to your player housing. You're not going to get it immediately. Obviously, this is not a brand new account, so I have things that are account wide, like my estate, my player housing, my island. Normally, you don't have this. Also, I have access to my pet, Alt P. So I have access to my pet here, which is going to be this little bunny. Pets gives you access to a lot of quality of life stuff. They're going to auto loot for you, which is insane. Everything that falls on the ground, you get one for free. So you do not need the collector, the founder's pack, or buy anything on the shop. You get a rabbit for free very early on. There's going to be a quest around this area. Around this area over there, you're going to get a purple quest that's related to getting and unlocking the bunny. And then you're going to get it for free, right? So there's going to be a quest related to the pet manager, and then a little NPC that's going to be around there somewhere that's going to like ask you to loot like 100 individual grain of rice. But then she's going to kind of talk to you about the pet, and then you're going to have the pet to loot them all, and it's going to be pretty cool. So you get it very earlier on too, so it's pretty nice. Hi, Lux. Thoughts on Artillerist? Kind of want it to be my first try, but I'm not sure 100%. I want to get your take on it. I fucking love it, dude. It's tanky. It's range. It's safe. Massive explosion. Nukes. Flamethrower. Gatling gun. You can transform into a massive turret that shoots a laser beam. And your ultimate is creating an even more bigger massive turret that shoots even bigger laser beam. If that doesn't get your pickle tickling, then I don't know what will. Can you real fast mention the affinity system like you did with silver before? The affinity system. Do you mean the affinity system with NPC? So there's a lot of things that I don't know. So like there's a lot of things that I've learned and that I'm comfortable with and talking about because I've experienced them, but there's a lot of things that I didn't go in depth too much. So there's a lot of missing knowledge on my part. Like I know most of how like the bag system, the quest system, the PvP, like I've done like a lot of things, but there's a lot of things I haven't done. And that's kind of the cool thing about this game. There is so much to this game. There is so much. It's absolutely insane. I'm not into guns for a game like that. So for range, I don't know what to pick. I'm usually not into guns as well. I usually rarely pick the gun class. I usually rarely pick the gun class. And this game made me love gun class. Isn't it crazy? Like, for example, in Final Fantasy 14, I didn't want it to play Machinist. I was like, you know what? I don't want to play Machinist. It's not really my archetype. I don't really like the theme of the class. I don't really like the flamethrower, the gun, and all that shit. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I played Lost Ark. And Lost Ark, I fell in love with Blaster. And that made me fall in love with the thematic of the class. And then I started playing a Machinist in Final Fantasy 14. Isn't that crazy? This game made me change my mind about like the thematic of a class, which is insane. It's insane. Oh shit, did I miss a sub? Cranon, thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back, my good friend. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I've been like super like machine gun replying and giving answers to all question, and I forgot to acknowledge your sub. Thank you, my good friend. All right. It's like an escape rope in Pokemon. Exactly, that's what the escape song is. It's an escape rope. All right. Man, I feel like I'm going to be talking a lot today. Probably not a good idea, but you know what? I'm excited, so let's do it. I wish Scout was at launch, dude. Scout is fucking Iron Man class, dude. By the way, you don't need to kill anything. As much as, like, usually in MMO, it's kind of tempting to kill shit because it gives you a lot of XP. This game, you literally get nothing for killing monster. I got 2 XP out of 20,000. So, yeah, don't even worry about killing monster. Kill them if you need to. Kill them if you need to. That's it. No other reason to kill monster, really. Oh, it's real. The hype around Lost Ark is really real. Thank you so much, Snuggy Man, for the 3 months. Thank you. Really appreciate it. By the way, this whole playthrough is going to go on YouTube. So, like, right now what I'm doing is I'm making, like, kind of an informative leveling experience of the Artillerist. So if you miss information, you're like, fuck, I gotta go do something. It's all gonna be on YouTube. I'm probably gonna upload this ASAP to YouTube. So you guys are gonna be able to watch it, get the information about like some of the skills and shit. Obviously, we haven't done a lot of stuff right now, so we don't have a lot of skills ready, but there we go. I say to not kill mobs, and then I do. So, like, that's the weird thing with Lost Ark. Killing mobs doesn't give you XP a lot, but Jesus, fuck is it fun. Sorry, pardon my French, but oh my God, like, even if it's worthless, it's the most fun thing ever. You see a bird, you're like, fuck you, bird, and then you just, like, launch a giant nuclear bomb on this face. It's like, it's just so good. Zerlon, thank you for the 30 months of support, my good friend, and thank you for triggering a hype train as well. I very, very much appreciate it. So as you can see, I just got a new skill point. So every time you level, you get 5 skill point, right? Every level, you get 5 skill point. And then you get to decide how much you want to customize your character, which is really, really cool. For example, I love Gatling Gun. I love Napalm and Howitzer. Howitzer, it's nice because it's range, so it's one of my favorite ability while leveling. Napalm is right in front of you, but it does a massive amount of damage. And then Howitzer, it's just like really, really good. It's 12-second cooldown. It's range. It's fucking amazing. I'm going to put most of my points in Gatling Gun, Howitzer, and Napalm. I'm not going to put much point in the other ones because I'm going to replace them. But it doesn't really matter because in this game, you can put points and remove them. Put points and remove them. Put points. You can even save and then remove them. At any fucking point, you can change your talent in this game. There's no going back to Town of Narnia to fucking lick the boots of the... No, you're like, you know what? Let me put point in this thing here. The skill reduces the defenses and resistance. That's pretty cool. Skill and attack speed increase. Okay. Mana cost reduce. Yeah, let's go with this. Sounds really good. Reducing the defense and resistance. That sounds amazing. Great. And then pretty much there is different levels. So it's going to be, if you put 4 points, you get access to the first row. If you get 7, you get access to the second row. And if you put 10, you get access to the third row. Obviously, the more points you place in here, the more it requires. So, are you jerking? What the fuck is this guard doing? Okay. And yeah, pretty much required points right now is 1. 1. Now it's 2. That means the next point I place is going to use 2 points. See? Whoops. There we go. So the next point, it went from 3 to 1 because the required point said 2. The next one is going to require 4. So this is like the whole system of the game. It's like collecting as many points as possible by leveling. And then there's a lot of content as well on the side, like side quests and shit, and completing zones that are going to give you skill point. You want to collect as many as possible so you can have as many ability as possible leveled to their maximum capacity. And then there's even tripod and shit that are going to allow you to further develop those. So because you can get a skill to 10 points, which is going to be 48 points in total. You can get it to level like 10 skill level, but then you can push its level further with gear. And then that's going to give you even more damage, right, on the ability. So that's really good. So pretty much look at the ability you like. I prefer putting points here, here, and here for now. Those are going to be really good abilities when you're leveling. Zerlon, thank you. Okay, I said Zerlon, thank you for the 30. Really appreciate that. I saw Swiftar in there. Have you tried the Ladies Quest, Lux? The Ladies Quest. Pardon my French while speaking in English. Bolvar's dad, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Hey, Klopov. How you doing, buddy? I'm doing well. How about yourself? Sorry if this has been asked 1,000 times. What are the typical activities you do at max level in Lost Ark? You're going to explore island. You're going to take your boat. You're going to go in the ocean. You're going to sail with your boat. You're going to explore a bunch of islands. You're going to be raiding some of the most difficult, insane, cool raid you've ever fucking done. Bosses are amazing. You're going to do dungeon. You're going to AoE crazy amount of mobs in Chaos Dungeon. You're going to fight bosses a little bit like you're going to fight Guardian, which are going to be you're going to fight Guardians, which are going to be a little bit like Monster Hunter creature. You're not going to see their help. They're going to be like in a vast environment. You got to find them. It's really fucking cool. You're going to do PvP. You're going to do everything. You're going to take care of your house. You're going to do crafting. You're going to do gathering. You're going to do dailies. You're going to do everything. This game has every piece of content you could ask of an MMO. Literally. And I'm not even exaggerating. Name it, it has it. Oh, thank you, Swiftar. God damn it. I can't believe you did that to me today. Because we talked about it. No. Some people say to do the red quest. Some people say to not do it. They don't really matter. They give you a good chunk of XP. Sometimes they're really, really easy to do. But like this one, for example, I would have to stop to do it. You can do it if you want to. Those are like, if you've ever played WoW, they're a little bit like, not really world quest, but you know, it's just an event that's happening there. It's like, hey, you know, like you got to kill these motherfuckers. You can if you want to. You don't have to. They just give you like a little bit of, you don't need to kill any of these guys, by the way. I'm just doing it because it's fun. Is Gunslinger okay for first-time player? Yeah, sure, but it's probably one of the highest skill ceiling in the game, from what I understand. You got to swap your weapon a lot. There's a lot of thing going on with this class that some other class might not have to deal with. I think Artillerist is a little bit more straightforward if you compare it to Gunslinger. Some people would say it's extremely more straightforward, but I mean, you know, But I mean, if it doesn't matter, don't be scared by that. Like, and just embrace the class. If that's the first class your brain went, you know what? I like shotgun, I like sniper, I like rifles. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's play this class. Let's become the best at it. Do it, man. Do it. Go into it. I like the MMO Diablo feel. Definitely same isometric point of view style, but like all the content is pure MMO content. When you say you're gonna do dungeon, am I incorrect in expecting it to be like M+ in WoW, like the dungeon 1,000 times in a row? So it's a little bit more complex than that. There's different type of dungeon you're gonna do. There is Chaos Dungeon, which are not really dungeon. It's just an area that you spawn in. Massive waves of mobs are gonna shower over you, and you gotta AoE all of them down to progress to the next level. It's it's really cool. One of the most fun shit you're gonna do. Massive AoE, it's fucking awesome, and that gives you a lot of mats. You're going to be able to do this a number of times per day. Then you're going to have access to other dungeon like Abyss Dungeon, which are going to be like more difficult, like hard mode version of certain dungeon. So they're actually like situated in the same area, but they have different encounter and different things going on. And it's really cool. But you're going to do those multiple times. Yes, you're not going to do... While leveling, you're going to experience a bunch of different dungeons that are bound to the story. Is the quest completing by itself? I think it is. So, okay, well, you guys know you can just go enter the zone and literally go take a piss and everything is going to complete itself. So you're while leveling, you're going to experience like a bunch of while leveling, you're going to experience a bunch of cool leveling dungeons. But at max level, there's going to be a lot of different types of dungeon that you're going to do, and vary difficulty depending on which tier you're doing them. Each tier has different dungeons and different level of difficulty, and obviously the higher you go, the more gear you need, but the more reward it's going to give you. So you're going to encounter like a wide variety of different dungeons, and then you're going to keep doing them. These dungeons don't scale like Mythic Plus and WoW, so they don't have like, you can't do like one dungeon at like higher increase. It's going to be different dungeon every time for the level of difficulty increase. But then there's hard mode version of those dungeon and shit like that. So, I mean, obviously, like every good old MMO, you're going to do pieces of content repetitively, right? You're going to, whether it's a raid, whether it's a dungeon, you're going to end up doing it more than once. Sam Talk, thank you for the 19 months, my friend. How you playing this? I'm good friends with the dev. No, I'm kidding. I'm playing on the Russian server right now. This game has been available for 3 years in Korea, 2 years in Russia, and a year in Japan. So I'm playing right now on the Russian server. But the West server, the North American, Europe, and South America server are going to be available February 8th. With Founders Pack, and 11th if you don't have the Founders Pack. He isn't kidding. How you doing, V-May? What's up, my good friend? Sam, thank you so much again for the 19 months. How you doing, my good friend? Isn't that, like, the hype is literally like, I can feel it. I can smell it, dude. I can touch the hype. Can I touch your hype? Is that appropriate? Are you allowed to stream this if not in Russia? I mean, I would fucking hope so. People have been streaming this game for 2 years on Twitch. There shouldn't be any... I mean, there's nothing that would prevent you from streaming this game. With consent, you can touch my hype? Okay, cool. It is a must to have Founders Pack to success in the game? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. The 3-day head start is massive, though. Let's not lie to each other. Like, 3-day head start in any MMO is massive. But if you want to play, like, casually and just do things and... You know, you just want to look around and, like, you know, play the game and have fun, and you're not necessarily stressed about doing like the latest content whenever it comes out. And just you know, just chill and like, you don't need to get the Founders Pack. You're gonna play whenever you want to play, whenever you can play, and everything is gonna be fine. You're gonna be behind, sure, if you can deal with the fact that you're gonna be behind. And there's who cares if you're behind anyway? You know what I'm saying?